Olá, boa noite. O Exou Biribó, hoje com o vídeo 8 de Dreamfall. April, seguindo o profeta, acabou numa espiral de energia que ela acha ser um portal ou uma central dos sonhos. Zoe, por seu lado, conseguiu inocular o bug na central da Watt, para Damien começar a colher os dados no seu computador. Mas na saída ela acabou num jardim, no subsolo do 10º subsolo, onde uma mistura de pessoa, energia e cabos elétricos e de informática, um monstro, por fim, diz controlar tudo, tendo criado e até mesmo sendo a própria empresa. Fugindo, Zoe foi se esconder na casa de Damien. No final, voltamos a April, em Arcádia, tentando descobrir com Naan o que seria o tal portal dos sonhos.
Benrime?
So, child, did you find that person you were looking for last evening?
What? Oh, no, No.
What's the matter? You seem distracted.
I'm okay, Benrime.
All right. Well, the day is getting on. If there's anything you need, come see me.
Actually, Benrime, there is something. I'm confused.
About what, child?
I'm not sure what to do, and I would appreciate your advice.
I see. Well, child, I'll do the best I can, though I'm no wise woman. What's wrong?
I think something's going on, something potentially bad. Something involving the balance between the twin worlds.
Ah. Does this have anything to do with that nice young woman from Stark? Zoe, was it?
It may. It does, but I can't tell you all the details. I don't even understand what's going on. I'm just worried that I might be involved somehow.
I see, and you would prefer not to be involved.
I've done my share for the balance, and I have more pressing concerns. People depend on me.
Yes, they do, but that is no excuse.
I'm not looking for excuses. I'm looking for answers. I need to know what I'm supposed to do this time.
Such answers aren't always easy to come by, April. Often we have to rely on faith alone to carry us through. Still, I understand that you want something more concrete than that, April. Very well. Here's my advice. You must speak with the guardian of the balance.
I've thought the same thing, but it's impossible. I can't shift anymore, and even if I could, the Guardian's realm is closed to me.
Maybe so, and maybe not. There is someone out there who might be able to help you.
Who?
An old friend of yours. The White of the Drake kin. The White Dragon.
You're right. If anyone can help me contact the Guardian, it's her. But I don't know where she is. She vanished just after she was born.
You are April Ryan. I'm certain that someone in this city can help you locate her. Have faith in yourself, and in the balance.
I had faith once, Benrime. Look where it got me. What's left of the person I used to be?
I still see the same girl who walked through that door a decade past.
I'm not her anymore. I don't even remember what she was like. Now I'm just...
Well, I'll be damned. April bloody Ryan. I can't believe it.
Who? Brian? Brian Westhouse?
The very same. God damn, I can't believe it's you. How the hell are you?
Bom vê-lo, suspeitar porque de repente apareceu aqui. Cautelosa, era um amigo, mas isso já faz tempo. Não, satisfeita de você estar aqui.
I'm doing okay. How are you? You're looking pretty good for someone I thought was dead.
Well, likewise. I mean, I knew you survived the Tyrant invasion and the events that followed, but then... nothing.
I've been traveling. You?
The same. I've been back to Mercuria a few times, but I've never stayed long. Oh, I reckon the invasion got me thinking about how much I hadn't seen and experienced. Besides, my head was stuck in the bottle, so time was ripe for a change of pace. And a change of pace I got. I've been to the four corners of the world. Quite literally.
So what are you doing at the Journeyman?
Just revisiting old haunts. And hoping to score a cup of Ben Rime's mulled wine, of course. How about yourself?
Same thing. I'm in the city for only a few days.
Well, even more fortuitous that we bumped into each other then.
Talvez ele possa me ajudar. Estou interessado em saber onde ele esteve. Se eu já pedi ajuda, acho que ela não vai perguntar das viagens.
So you've been traveling for the past decade.
I have, and I intend to keep traveling for the next decade or two, as long as I have my health. This world is fascinating.
You look so much better since the last time I met you. Younger, healthier, happier.
I do feel fantastic. I was bitter and angry back then, angry at myself at being stuck in this world. Now I don't see Arcadia as a prison anymore. I see it as an opportunity to grow and learn and experience. I'd forgotten why I crossed the divide in the first place. I wanted to go where few had gone, where there were still untrodden paths. Losing my home, being forced to run, it was certainly an awakening, and one I sorely needed.
Speaking of coincidences, maybe you can help me with something.
Absolutely. What do you need?
There's something going on, something that may be affecting both worlds.
Why, Ms. Ryan, you seem to get drawn into these things every time. Can you be any more specific?
It's more a feeling than anything else, so I need to confirm my suspicions. Or, preferably, disprove them. I need to speak with the Guardian.
Who better to tell you if anything's happening with the balance? So, why not just shift there?
I can't. I've lost the power to shift. But it was never that easy to get to the Guardian's realm in the first place. So to find the Guardian, I need a little help from someone else. The White Dragon.
Oh, yes. I'd imagine she could give you some pointers.
The problem is I don't know where to find her. She could be anywhere.
Not so. I may know where to find her. I met a fellow traveler, a Dolmari from the Rose Court, actually, on a ship from Gien to Irhad not long ago. He told me he'd been to the Dark People's Library. Not many people are allowed there, and it was a great privilege. While he was there, however, he said that he was introduced to a pale, white-haired woman who introduced herself as the White of the Dryken. Now, I don't know if she's still there or how you'll get to the Dark People's City, but it should at least get you on the right path.
It does. Thank you, Brian. This is very helpful. It was good seeing you again. Are you staying long?
Another week, perhaps. Enough time to visit friends and to pick up some things that I can't get elsewhere in this world. Then it's off to sea again. I've been thinking about heading east, perhaps convincing a whale rider to take me along on a hunt.
Sounds exciting. Take care, Brian.
And you, Ms. Ryan? April. Now, I have business with the innkeeper. So, how about it, Ben Rime? Do you have a cup or four of your mulled wine to spare for an old drunkard?
As I remember at Westhouse, you still owe me money on your tab from before the war.
My God, you have the memory of a stickman. Ms. Salmon, I've honestly missed this place. Hell, you're probably right. I owed a lot of people money back then. Seeing as I'm still a bit short on cash, you'll have to add this to my tab. But I'm coming into some gold tomorrow. Old debts repaid, so I'll settle it then.
That'll be the day the Azadi decide to just up and leave. Money first. Mulled wine after.
You're a tough woman, and I respect that. I have to tell you about this tavern I visited in a town near Altaban.
Posso ouvir?
Which turned out to be fermented pig's blood. He couldn't stand up straight for 3 days.
Southlanders. So you have visited Altaban and Mount Terba.
I've been further south still, to the Capes and beyond. I tell you, if you think the winter here is harsh, you should count your lucky stars. There are lands beyond the South Sea that are frozen through both winter and summer. The sun is as cold as the moon down there.
Well, I do not intend to leave Mercuria. There's enough foreigners here, no need to travel for months to find more of them.
Ryan Westhouse, looking younger and healthier than he did 10 years ago.
I'm sure you will find the white of the kin. You are April Ryan, after all.
Agora posso conversar monte de coisa com ela. Suporte. Benrime tem feito muito para nos ajudar e merece ouvir isso.
Thanks for letting us stay here. I know you're taking a big risk by doing that.
I accepted that risk a long time ago, April. I could not simply stand idly by and let the Azadi terrorize my friends and customers. This is my small way of helping the rebels. I'm more useful here than I would be with a sword. I just hope that my contribution will have some effect, and that one day our city and peoples will be free again.
Falar sobre Naan.
What do you make of Naane? She's not been with us long, but she has proven to be an invaluable asset.
An asset? Is this what you call your compatriots? I have not spoken with her much, but she is a skilled artisan. Her magic is strong.
I think she wants to ensure that the Azadi don't proceed any further east. I believe her family holds a high position in the Irhad.
It would make sense for the Sun Empire to rally their armies now, to halt the expansion, but I think the Emperor still hopes for a peaceful solution.
The Six will never accept the hand of a Domari ruler. Does the Rose Court think that the Azadi will grant them exemption from their ban on magic? It's naive. And it's dangerous.
So it is. But all we can do is plead with them to see reason. If more Irhadians do what Nane has done, we might change the course of this war.
Shawan.
Have you spoken to Chawan about the charms?
I did. And they've already been loaded onto the ship. I believe there were 50 of them, enough to get you through the winter. Shawan seems to have changed this past year. There's less anger in him. He seems more concerned with delivering the supplies than murdering Azadi.
I think he's found some peace in the swamplands. And there's a woman, Ayela.
Ah, I see. It is time he left his past behind, to mourn so many for so long.
If anyone has the right to stay angry, it's him. The Azadi took everything from him, killed everyone he loved, enslaved him, and forced him to join their army.
And yet he decides to leave his anger behind and forge a new life for himself. Maybe you have something to learn from him, April.
I'm not him, Benrime. We all find peace in different ways.
And some not at all.
Notícias. Sabe o que está acontecendo na cidade?
Heard any news lately, Benrime?
I hear the Azadi emissary is worried about rebel attacks on deliveries from the north. They still haven't finished construction on that dreadful tower of theirs. I understand that their empresses, the Six, are arriving for the inauguration. It would probably be a bad blow to the emissary if the tower isn't finished by then.
Good. We'll do our best to ensure that the tower remains unfinished.
Bryn.
I hope Bryn hasn't caused any trouble for you. He's a bit hot-headed.
Bryn is a lovely boy. He's been courteous and sweet. He absolutely adores you, April. I hope you realize how much you mean to him.
I saved his life. Or at least I gave him one. He was orphaned and there was no one to look after him.
You did a good thing. But when you save someone's life, especially a child's life, you are also taking responsibility for that life. You may not care much for your own life anymore, April. But for his sake, you need to take care. You need to find something to live for again.
I have something to live for. Revenge.
Revenge is not enough. And it's just another excuse. So the Azadi have murdered friends and loved ones. For that they must pay. But that is not something to live for, April. Nor is it something to die for. What happens when the enemy is banished? What then?
There's no point thinking that far ahead.
Então o Bryn é daqueles irmãos que nunca brigam, que ela salvou lá da bruxa na floresta, né? Que ele ia pro caldeirão e ela salvou. Você deveria vir pro leste com a gente.
You should come east with us, Benrime. You'll be safe there, and your skills are needed.
They are needed here, too. And I do not want to abandon my inn or my customers. Also, fewer and fewer are willing to deal with non-humans. If I leave, who leaves next? Soon the city will not only belong to the enemy, it will be populated by the Azadi alone. What then of Old Town and its inhabitants? If no one's left to speak up, I fear the Azadi will simply burn it to the ground, together with everyone inside. So no, April. I need to stay here. This is where I'm needed the most.
Mais alguma notícia sobre a cidade?
Any other news I should know about?
Apparently, with so many soldiers tied up in skirmishes in the north and the east, there will be another contingent coming to the city soon. I've heard that it may contain several thousand soldiers. That would obviously make life more difficult for the rebels.
They're not used to the terrain, the woodlands, and the cold. They can send their whole empire for all I care. They will still fail.
I hope you're right, April. Still, it's never a good idea to tempt fate.
Mais alguma notícia?
Have you heard any other news?
Nothing you do not already know, April.
Então, adeus.
I should be on my way.
Very well. Be careful, and may the balance be with you.
Você é louca, cidadã? Perguntou ele.
What can steam technology do for you? The question you should be asking is, what can it do? And the answer is, nothing.
The Azadi have brought their steam technology to Marcuria, and now everyone's installing these noisy machines. Balance knows what these things actually do.
Agora tá aberto esse caminho aqui. Pro gueto.
Spells and filters
Sim.
for premium quality potions, magical ingredients, and made-to-order charms.
Ou é o gueto ou é a Vila Hippie.
He's Dolmari, and therefore he has to live inside the walls of the magic ghetto, or he'll be arrested.
Curiously shaped cookies.
Conditions in the ghetto aren't bad, all things considered. We got food and water, and there's medicine and herbs for everyone. What we don't have is freedom. They said they were moving us into the ghetto for our own protection. Protection from what? Every other day, the Azadi are raiding the ghetto, confiscating personal belongings and merchandise. It's harassment, plain and simple.
Visit Roper's Spells and Filtress for premium quality potions.
There used to be thousands of
magical
Dolmari in
ingredients,
Marcuria.
and
Nowadays you'll only find them in
made-to-order
Old Town, and there are few left.
What do the Azadi want from us? Why have they stuck us in here? We haven't done anything to them, and we can't help who we are.
Visit Roper's Spells and
People
Filtress
here in
for
Marcuria
premium
used to
quality
respect us,
potions,
Dalmar.
magical
The times have certainly
ingredients,
changed.
and made-to-order charms.
We live in constant fear. Sooner or later, I'm sure they will arrest the lot of us and send us off to... I don't know.
Potions, herbs, curiously shaped
You don't see a lot of
cookies.
Zid in Marcuria these days.
Old Town's getting too crowded. It just wasn't built to house so many people. People here are still trying to live their lives the way they used to, but it's getting more and more difficult by the day.
Everything a wizard, witch, or warlock
I know that
may
some of my
require.
kind have disguised themselves in order to conduct business out in the city. I admire their courage.
Potions, herbs, curiously shaped cookies, everything a wizard, witch, or warlock may require, using only the finest organic ingredients, elguan bladders, rat tails, dung.
Rupert Clax, o mago do castelo voador.
They've kept the blue flame burning here in Old Town for 1,000 years, apparently. It didn't even go out when the tyrant held the city. Wait, that man. He looks very familiar. Why am I thinking of moving stairways?
Ai, ai, escadas que somem.
Everything a wizard,
God,
witch, or
Robert
warlock
Clax.
may require. At your service, milady. What may I do for... Wait. I know you? Where do I know you from? April. April Ryan.
Oh, well...
How lovely to see you.
Say what?
It's been too long, my dear. Too long.
Yeah. I guess it's been... long.
What have you been up to?
This and that.
How lovely. Me? I'm rehabilitated.
Como pode maldito mago ser reabilitado? Não importa. Como pode?
Rehabilitated? How so?
Being soundly walloped by you was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Really?
Oh, yes. It gave me perspective, time to think. When I finally escaped that confounding device, I joined WWWA. Wicked Witches and Warlocks Anonymous. It's a marvelous support group for wizarding professionals.
Oh.
Oh, it helped tremendously to find others who shared my affliction.
Affliction?
A desire for evil deeds and world domination, your basic, EDWD syndrome.
I see. And now?
Cured! I'm free of my desire to conquer and control, and I'm happy to be a simple merchant and published author.
I guess that's a good thing.
It is. It is indeed. So, April Ryan, is there anything I can do to help repay what you did for me?
Por enquanto, ajuda. Hora de ir. Clax mencionou sobre ser autor. Calculadora. Estou curiosa para saber como é que ele escapou da calculadora que eu prendi.
How did you get out of that calculator I trapped you in?
I had to learn advanced trigonometry. After that, it was as easy as multiplying the root of pi with the volume of my mathematical prison.
Oh, that sounds pretty complicated.
It took me 5 years, but I gained some important personal skills in the process. I even had time to write a book, so it was all for the best.
Tá, autor.
You said something about being an author?
I published one. I wrote my memoirs a few years ago. Farewell to My Wizarding Days by Roper F. Clax.
What's the F stand for?
Nothing. It just looked better on the cover. Anyway, as it turned out, the first and only print run had a slight problem. A small charm made its way onto page 108. When readers got to that page, the book, as misfortune would have it, exploded.
And you had nothing to do with that.
Me? Absolutely not. I've been acquitted of all charges, and every single lawsuit has been dismissed in the magical court. I'm quite innocent. It does mean, however, that only one copy of Farewell to My Wizarding Days by Roper F. Clax exists, and that would be mine. I've decharmed it, and page 108 is quite safe to read now, if you're interested.
Not really, no.
Posso pedir ajuda?
I actually do need some help.
That's great! Anything to assist the woman who turned my life around.
I'm looking for a way to get to the city of the Dark People.
Visiting old friends, I take it? Your adventures are the stuff of legends, April Ryan. By the way, did you ever read that pamphlet they published? The one with the amusing drawings? April Rye Bread and the Rod of Joy?
Unfortunately, no.
Well, I'll never forget that illustration where the Dolmari lady takes the Rod of Joy and sticks it right...
Anyway, about the Dark People City.
Ah, yes. What do you plan on doing there?
I need to visit their library.
The library? Indeed. They are collectors, these Dark People. They collect all sorts of knowledge, arcane, forbidden knowledge. Anyway, as luck would have it, there's a shadow ship docked down in the harbor right now. I'm sure they'll let the famous April Ryan, I'm sure they will give you passage to their city.
That's perfect, thank you.
Povo Sombrio.
How do I get to the Dark People's Library again?
Oh, there's a shadow ship docked in Shady Quay. Be your charming self, and I'm sure they will give you passage to their city.
Ser encantador é comigo mesmo. Hora de ir.
Thanks.
At your service, milady. If you ever need a potion or a charm, visit Roper's Spells and Philtres.
Agora sim. Parece. Atrás do porto tem uma cidade. Dizia no primeiro disco da Rita Lee. Tem um ser obscuro lá ou é o profeta que ela estava investigando?
The Asadi can do whatever they wish with me. I will never bow to their goddess.
You don't see a lot of Zid in the cities, and they're even fewer these days. They prefer to stay in the mountains.
The Asadi won't be satisfied until all of Arcadia belongs to their empire. I will never surrender. I'd rather die than submit to the Asadi.
The Delmari have had it especially tough after the Asadi came, seeing how integrated they were in Markurian society.
I'm only in town for a short visit. I will not stay long. I am better off back home. Too many believe that if we only give the Azadi time, they will leave us be. I do not. The Azadi will never leave us be. Our culture is dying in Mercurio. How can anyone stand living here?
You don't see a lot of humans in the ghetto these days. I wonder if he's an Azadi spy.
The Dark People are amazing. They're collectors, and they have a great library containing every book ever written. I'd give my right arm and my left to see the fabled library of the Dark People, but they won't let me go with them to their city.
Você não foi encantador com eles como eu vou ser, né?
Show me a man who reads, and I'll show you a man of reason. Deprive man of literature, and you deprive him of life.
Capitão, me leva para a terra do povo sombrio.
The captain. He looks a bit too relaxed, seeing as there are still supplies left to be loaded. How are things going?
Most of the supplies are on board. We're missing a few crates of grains and vegetables, a delivery of potions, and some other bits and pieces.
Good. Don't linger too long.
The paperwork's already being processed by the Azadi. Those fools. If only they knew what...
Shh! Not here. I don't think it's a good idea to tempt fate.
I didn't think you believed in that spiritual claptrap, Raven. Fate? Ha! We make our own destiny.
Still, better to be on the safe side. You don't foresee any problems, then?
Everything's in order. This ship's going to the islands. At least according to all the properly stamped and perfectly forged documents.
I'll rest easy only when you've reached safe harbor.
Don't fret. You'll rest easy soon enough.
Ele é do exército dela.
We're on schedule, Raven. We should be out of here soon, bound for the Bay of Fire. We'll be back home soon, Raven.
A Samare. I thought they didn't like the ocean. Maybe she's curious. It's one of the Dark People. A dark person. He's probably a shadow guide. The captain of that shadow ship.
Esse é o navio sombrio. Ela já andou no navio sombrio quando ela saiu do povo do fundo do mar, né?
I seek passage to your city. I wish to visit the library.
We are here to trade and to collect. We do not take on passengers.
Onda. Eu fui chamada de Onda por uma pessoa do povo sombrio, naquela vez que eu viajei de barco no outro jogo.
A long time ago, I sailed on one of your ships, and I met one of your people. He called me a wave.
Not many of your kind would lay claim to such a title.
I'm not laying claim to anything. I'm just telling you what he told me.
If you were a wave, we would grant you passage. But all I see is a human.
Eu vou ter que me disfarçar de Onda, então?
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
Pagar, implorar. Ele é um homem justo, tenho certeza.
I'm sure we can come to some sort of understanding.
We cannot. We do not take on passengers. Ever.
You did once. A long time ago, I was given passage on one of your ships.
Then you were fortunate. It does not happen very often.
Pagar.
I'll pay you good money for passage.
We do not crave money, human.
Then what do you want?
We are here to find new additions to our library. Someday it will be complete, and we can sleep. Until then, we travel, and we collect.
Implorar.
I'm desperate. I need to get to your city, to your library. I'm looking for someone.
There are no humans in the city. Rarely is anyone allowed to visit our forest.
Not a human. Someone else. The white of the Drag kin.
I know of no such creature. You should look elsewhere.
How can I prove that I'm what you call a wave?
It is not something you can prove. It is something you are. And you are not a wave.
Then why did one of your people tell me I was?
If you ever were a wave, it is no longer in you. I see only death in your eyes, human.
Ela mesma reconhece que perdeu a fé e os ideais. Não vou ameaçá-lo. Primeiro que não adiantaria, e segundo que ela é esperta demais para fazer isso.
Potions, herbs, curiously shaped cookies. April Ryan, what can I do for you?
O livro, literalmente...
Would you be interested in parting with that book of yours?
Oh, I don't know. It's the last remaining copy, you know. All the other copies spontaneously combusted.
I'm aware of that, but I need something to get me passage on that shadow ship down in Shady Quay.
You believe my book would help with that?
Maybe. The Dark people collect books, and yours is quite unique. Isn't that so?
It is. It is.
Wouldn't you consider it an honor to have your first published novel become a part of the greatest library in Arcadia?
I would. I would indeed. Wait, I have it right here. I carry it with me always. There you go. Treat it with care. Don't let it get wet. Don't feed it red meat. And for the love of the balance, do not hold it upside down when there's a full moon. Oh, never again shall I glance upon the top 10 reasons why you should not build a flying castle on page 42 and smile knowingly.
But think about it. Thousands of people will get to enjoy your unique outlook on life. Your book will be part of something much, much greater.
You're right. Of course, you're right. Go on, take it away, or I shall become emotional, and when a wizard weeps, the whole world weeps with him. Ah, the humanity, the humanity. Spells and filters for premium quality potions, magical ingredients, and made to order.
Tem livro sensacional aqui pro senhor. Último lançamento. Última moda em Paris.
This is the only remaining copy of Klax's novel, and if I'm lucky, it won't blow up in my hands. You collect books, isn't that right?
We collect all that is written and recorded. Books, scrolls, stones, crystals, history, poetry, journals, stories, from the first word to someday the last. Until our collection is complete, we will continue to travel, to trade, and to collect.
I guess the last existing copy of a rare book would be pretty important to you.
It would be, unless we already possess it.
You don't. Not this one. Farewell to My Wizarding Days by Rupert F. Klax.
I will speak with my brothers at the library. This is a book we do not have. We need it for our library. Will you part with it?
For a price. I need to get to your city.
Show me the book, so that I can see for myself. Very well, human. This book is of value to us. We will grant you passage on our shadow ship.
Thank you. When do we leave?
Very soon. We await only the last deliveries from our suppliers. Step aboard.
Partimos agora? Perguntaria aquela April que jamais perguntou isso.
You sure you don't want anything to eat? I can order in.
I'm not very hungry. Thanks, though.
All right. Some coffee? Tea?
No, thanks.
I have, whiskey.
I'm fine, Damien. Really.
All right.
So, what do you think?
I think you shouldn't believe a word of what that man told you. He was trying to get inside your head. There's no proof that anything's happened to Reza.
I hope you're right. If I've come this far and it turns out Reza's...
Stop it. There's nothing to be gained from imagining the worst. He must be very important to you. Reza, I mean.
He is. Reza was my best friend for so long, and I was totally in love with him. When that feeling went away, I don't love him any less, but it's different now. I don't know what's going on with me. I've lost faith. Not just in him, in everything. School, my friends, my hobbies, my future, Reza. Nothing seems to matter that much anymore. And that's why, when Reza went missing, I knew I had to go after him. Not just because he's my friend, and not just because I love him, but because if I didn't, then who would I be? What would I be? I may not like the Zoe I'm turning into, but I would have hated the Zoe who just abandoned her best friend like that. So, yes, he's very important to me. Of course. And right now, more than anything in the world, I want him to be okay.
So, that man?
The one in the garden. He acted like he's behind the whole thing. Like he controls Waticorp.
I've heard rumours, but I've never actually believed. I think his name is Alvin Peets.
Peets? The guy who founded Wati?
He'd be several hundred years old, but in a way, it still makes sense. It's a sort of urban water cooler legend. Whatever happened to Alvin Peets? No one knows. But there are lots of theories. Some say they've heard he's been kept alive by machines, and that he still controls Waticorp. It's the kind of thing you have a good laugh at.
He wasn't just hooked up to a machine, Damien. He looked like he was a machine. At least partly so. And he was just... evil. Sad, pathetic and hateful. He claimed that we were stealing his senses. I think he was actually afraid of me.
From what you told me earlier, it sounds like he's completely dependent on the wire. The static must be scaring the hell out of him. If he needs the wire to see and hear, he's completely lost without it.
I just don't feel safe anymore. He knew who I was. He's been inside Reza's dreams. He has spies everywhere. Cameras, bots.
Don't worry, Zoe. He won't find you here, I promise. I'll check around tomorrow, see if I can dig up any information on Pete's. You must be tired. I'm keeping you up.
I'm sorry. I'm just... Yeah, I am quite tired. I guess I should find a hotel and figure out what to do next. Thanks for the clothes, Damien.
Hey, no, there's no need to find a hotel. You can stay here. I mean, if you're comfortable with that, I can sleep on the floor.
Oh, you really don't have to.
I know, but you've been through a lot, and you're helping me out, so the least I can do is let you sleep in my bed. That didn't come out right. You know what I mean.
Thanks, Damien. If you're okay with me staying here, I will.
Okay, so, let me get the bed ready for you.
That's okay. I can...
Yeah. Well, I guess you can give me a hand.
Okay. Yes. Great.
By the way, if I'm gone when you wake up tomorrow, don't be alarmed. I have to be at the office quite early.
Oh, that's okay. I'll be fine. I'll just stay here.
Good. Let me find you a sheet and a cover.
Sentindo clima aí, Dona Zoe. Parece que o amor está no ar.
This is it, Apostle. The Empire's greatest achievement east of Sadir. A monument to our might and to our faith.
Even in Sadir, there is nothing that can compare to this. Why was it built so tall?
You're asking the wrong man. I don't question the infinite wisdom of the Six. I have absolute faith in their decisions.
Of course, as do we all.
Go right inside, Apostle. The emissary is expecting you.
Emissária mandou me chamar. É claro, eu viajei tudo isso aqui. Claro que alguém me mandou aqui.
Apostle Alvane, welcome to Mercuria. Please, join me. We are honored to have you visit us. I trust your journey was comfortable.
It was, Mistress. This is an impressive edifice.
The construction is almost complete. We will soon celebrate the inauguration of a permanent Azadi seat in the Northlands. The Six will travel all the way from Sadir to be here for that momentous occasion. But I bore you. You already know this. So, Apostle, I understand that you have been sent here to bring the word of the goddess to the Scorpion.
I have. He's responsible for the death of many trueborn here in the north.
Indeed. And I surmise the Six no longer have faith that we will find him and kill him ourselves.
I am only here to assist in your efforts, Mistress. I do not intend to challenge the authority and expertise of your commanders.
I see. Well, we should be grateful that an apostle will lend his sword to the task. These terrorists, they have become more than a nuisance. They stand in the way of technological progress and spiritual enlightenment. They are only making it worse for the people they claim to protect. After all, we wish only for these heathens to be bathed in the purifying light of the goddess and to receive passage to paradise. Instead, those bothersome few make life miserable for everyone. They seek liberty and democracy, but what we have given them is so much greater than that. Without us, they would not even have the city. We have given them peace, prosperity, and progress. What more could they ask for?
Yes, Mistress.
So where do you intend to start looking? If you wish, I can lend you the services of my men.
Thank you, Emissary. I will require only a few men, but not yet. I have a few leads to follow first.
Just do what you must to stamp out the fire before it spreads too wide. I will have no more delays to the construction of the tower. Our schedule must be upheld.
or there will be grave consequences for everyone.
I will do everything in my power to bring the Scorpion to justice, Mistress.
Good. You may leave me, Apostle. I will see you again soon.
Commander Vamon.
Apostle Alvane. What's brought you out of your sanctuary?
A mission.
A mission? I see. It must be quite a mission for the Council to have sent you all the way from Sadir. After all, it's not like we don't already have many fine officers and agents here in Marcuria. So, who do they want you to kill this time? Anyone I should know about?
My mission is a matter of confidence between myself and the emissary, Commander.
Don't insult me, Alvane. I have the emissary's ear and her utmost confidence. We're not in Sadir. Things are done differently here.
Commander.
Forgive me, Mistress. Did I speak out of order?
The Apostle is here at the behest of the Six. We would do well to treat him with respect.
Of course. And he's most welcome to our little outpost of the Empire.
He was just leaving. Thank you, Apostle. May the light of the Goddess illuminate your path.
Thank you, Emissary. Commander.
Apostle. Mistress, you sent for me.
What do you make of this Alvane? You served with him in Sadir, did you not?
I did, Mistress. Alvane is a brilliant swordsman and a loyal servant to the Six.
Spare me your politics, Commander. We are alone.
I don't trust him. He's risen through the ranks much too quickly. He has connections.
Someone inside the Sixth Circle holds his hand.
I believe so. His skill with the sword is better than adequate. But his standing in the court is unprecedented for a man of his caste.
Yes. He is young, is he not?
Too young. And he has no family, no blood.
Ah. Now I see why you dislike him so much.
My pardons, Mistress. But his lineage is not all that I distrust. He has strange friends, and his virtuousness is galling. Why this sudden interest in Apostle Alvane?
The Six have sent him here without consulting me, which is worrying. I wonder what this could possibly mean. Also, the Apostle appears soft-hearted. He has never been this far from home. If he begins to empathize with these heathens...
I understand. What would you have me do?
I want to have him followed. Make sure he does not get distracted from his mission.
As you wish, Mistress.
That is all, Commander. You may go.
Thank you, Mistress. The Apostle will never stray far from my sight. I can assure you of that.
Você precisa conhecer seu inimigo, destino. Mas conhecer o inimigo, o risco é vir a amá-lo. Tão logo o compreenda. Chegou o barco da morte.
You honor us with your presence. Your wave has crossed many oceans and carried our vessels far abroad.
Thank you. So you know who I am? The Shadow Guy didn't.
It is curious. We share a common memory, and our thoughts are as one. He should have known. Maybe he was simply confused. Maybe his eyes were blinded. Maybe.
That's fine. I'm here now. So this is your fabled city. It's stunning.
It is one city. It never ceases to move. It flows at the will of the cosmos. at the mercy of waves and currents. You have come to see the white of the kin.
Yes, that's right. Why is she here, with you?
It is not for us to know the mind of the Draic kin. You may ask her that question yourself. Come. She is in the library. Follow me. Please be quiet. We are resting.
Todo mundo descansando os olhos? Mas nem dá para ver os olhos. Alguém poderia até pensar que estão dormindo. Uau!
Follow me.
These trees reach deep underwater, probably much, much further down than they reach up. There are texts in every language and on every kind of material. Stone tablets, woven cloth, parchments, inscribed crystals, but mostly books. I've never been able to distinguish one dark person from another. And I'm not even sure it's possible.
This is our library.
It's enormous.
It is as ancient as we are, as old as the first civilization. We have collected every word ever written. There is no other library like it.
And you've only collected what others have written?
We do not create. We collect, we record, and we store. It is left for others to trap words between sheets of paper. We do not often allow visitors into our city. But if you have a purpose here, then you are welcome.
I guess I have a purpose, though I'm not sure what it is yet.
The greater the purpose, the harder it is to understand and to accept. I shall go to the white of the kin and tell her that you are here. The library is yours to peruse in the meantime.
Someone's been reading. A lot.
Corvo?
Crow? Is that really you?
Hello, April. How nice to see you again. Thanks ever so much for leaving me hanging dry on that mountain path. 8 bloody years ago!
Desprezível. Eu não preciso defender minhas ações. Não. Me desculpe.
How have you been?
You mean for the past, I don't know, 8 years?
I know. I'm sorry. Let's try and get past that, okay? At least for the time being.
And that time just happens to be 8 years? All right, okay, fine. I'll be a good fowl and pretend everything's just peachy.
Thank you, Crow. So what in the name of the balance are you doing here?
I'm on a journey of inner discovery.
A journey of... Never mind. It's good to see you, Crow. It's been too long.
Yeah, you know... No, for crying out loud!
Kari.
I'm really happy to see you too. Honestly.
Who said anything about being happy to see you? I'm just relieved you're alive. And don't think I'm not angry at you, or that I've forgiven you, because I am and I haven't.
I know. So what's new with...
Sister, you look tired.
Thanks. Nice to see you too. You've changed since the last time I saw you.
That's because I have this human body. Do you like it?
It's hard to miss. Why are you in human form?
It's a disguise. I'm in exile. Someone hunts the kin. That's why I'm here. And why I'm wearing this skin. It's tight and uncomfortable, but it conceals me. And it makes some humans look at me with admiration.
Quem está te caçando? Chega de papo furado, vamos já com isso. Irmã? Irmã que nunca briga? Por que você me chamou de irmã? Você sabe que vocês são irmãs, April.
Why do you call me sister?
We're bound by threads that weave through time and space, by words that create and destroy, and by kinship stronger than blood.
I don't know what that means. It's been troubling me for so long. Are you saying that I'm a dragon?
There were only 4, and now there's only 1. No, you're not dry kin, sister.
Then what does it mean?
I can't explain. It's not in my vocabulary to explain. And this narrow mouth can't articulate the words. We have history. But more than history connects us.
I can never get a straight answer out of anyone in this world.
Nem no outro também, né? Quem está te caçando, irmã?
Wait, you're being hunted? By whom?
I don't know. Shadows and ghosts. I think the others are gone, and I'm worried.
All of them? I know the 2 dragons in Stark are gone, but what about the old one? The blue of the kin?
He's silent. They're all silent. I can't feel them anymore. They've ceased to be, and I'm alone.
Is it the Azadi?
Who are the Azadi? Oh, yes. The humans you've taken up arms against to forget yourself. No. This enemy isn't mortal.
Inimigo?
You have no idea who this enemy is who hunts you?
I feel it searching with dark eyes, reaching out for me with sharp talons. It wants to eat me up.
But why? Why would anyone want to kill the Dryad kin?
So that there's nothing left to challenge it. So that it can run free amongst mortals. So that it can devour, undisturbed. But don't worry about me. I'm safe here. It can't touch me now.
I came here looking for answers. I need to speak with the Guardian.
You have questions for him?
Yes, about my future, I guess.
You want to know if you're free from responsibility. Free to live your life. It's what all humans crave, isn't it? Freedom. And I understand why now. This body is so constricting, so small, so fragile. Soft and beautiful and pleasurable, but a prison for the soul.
How did you know what I plan to ask the Guardian?
Your worries weigh you down, big sister. Your heart's heavy, and your mind's a maelstrom. It pulls at me and everyone around you. You're unable to shift.
Yeah, I've lost that ability.
It's not something you can lose. Maybe you've just forgotten how.
Well, it doesn't work anymore, and even if it did, I can't just open a shift into the Guardian's realm.
Really? Why's that?
Because that's not how it goes. I could shift between Stark and Arcadia, but it was a hell of a lot more difficult to go to that place.
Everything's changed. and everything's still changing. But you're right, you can't do it on your own. This one needs to help you.
What? Me?
What could he possibly do?
Thanks, April. I'm right here. Some respect, please.
Like all living things, he has a purpose. This is his purpose, or at least part of it. He's an important bird. I can help you open a shift, sister, but it can't be done without him. He must go with you.
I'm not agreeing to anything unless someone tells me what the heck I'm supposed to be doing.
You only need to be here, funny bird. You'll be fine. Close your eyes, April.
What?
Close your eyes. Don't argue. I get impatient.
Big sister, irmã maior.
Fine. My eyes are closed. What now?
Nothing. You've opened up a passage between worlds. Do you see how easy it is?
What? How the hell did you do that?
I didn't do much. As I said, you can't lose your talents, but you can forget them. I helped you remember.
So I can shift again now?
No. Not on your own. I don't know why. That's just the way it is. The portal will remain open on the other side, but it won't take you back here. It'll take you to Mercuria. Whatever answers the Guardian may have for you, and whatever your future holds, that's where you need to be.
That's probably true. Well, I appreciate all your help. Take care, okay? Stay here and stay in that disguise. It suits you.
This is the safest place. And there's so much knowledge here, so much wisdom. I never knew that the scribbled words of mortals could be so fascinating. Good luck, sister. Live well. You deserve it. You've earned it.
Come on, Crow.
I don't trust portals. They always lead to trouble.
Go on, little one, funny bird. She needs you now. More than ever.
Okay. Lucky for you, I have a soft spot for pretty ladies. Coming through.
Ai, ai. Mulheres bonitas e cachorros brancos são a minha perdição. Diria o Escovinha.
Hey, you.
Hello. How are you doing?
Just peachy. I've, slept, read, slept some more. I've never been this tired in my life.
No wonder. You've been around the world and through the ringer. It's a miracle you're still standing.
I know. I keep surprising even myself. So, any news?
Definitely. We started receiving information from the worm. It's just a trickle, but enough to work on.
And?
Not good. I don't know what's happening yet, but it appears DreamNet is expanding onto the wire at an alarming rate. Also the virus, if that's what it is increasing its grip on the Dream Core. Another week and Watty might not be in the driver's seat any longer.
Can't they just shut it down?
Maybe, but they won't do that now. They'd have to shut down the entire project, and if they wait, the window of opportunity is shrinking.
What else have you found out?
I've begun searching through the data coming into Dreamcore around the time the static started happening. With any luck, I might be able to get some coordinates.
Coordinates to what?
To where the intrusion originated, to who's behind it. If I can get that location, we might be able to stop the attack at the source. But it'll take another few days to download all that data. In the meantime, we'll just have to wait.
No, we can't just sit around and twiddle our thumbs. We need to do something.
Okay. What did you have in mind?
I should go back in.
Back in? Hey, no. That's not an option.
It is an option. You have a dreamer, right? And that drug...
Morpheus. Look, it's not safe. Pete's... he might find you.
He won't. He told me so himself. He couldn't get inside me. That's what frustrated him so much. My dreams were closed off to him. If I go back inside, I might be able to speak with that girl again, the one Pete is so afraid of. And maybe she can help me get back to that place.
To Arcadia?
I know you don't believe me. I don't even know if I believe it myself, but...
It's not that I don't believe you, Zoe. It's just that I know how powerful the dreamer is. It can make anything seem real.
It wasn't a dream. I don't know what it was, but I was there. Somewhere else. Another world. And I need to go back.
It's too dangerous.
Look, Charlie said I never left the Fringe the first time I hooked up. I'll be right here. You can pull me out if anything happens. It could be the whole thing was just a dream. In that case, there's nothing to lose. And if it wasn't a dream, there's everything to be gained. Maybe April knows what's going on now. Maybe she's willing to help me. Maybe... Damien, please. It's the only lead we have right now. I don't want to sit here and wait. I want to do something. I want to stop Wattycorp.
I know. I just wish that I didn't have to sit here and watch you hook up to that thing.
I know. I've enjoyed staying here, Damien. With you. Getting to know you. You're someone I might want to get to know better.
Really? I feel the same way.
It's just that... This is a strange time. I don't know where Reza is, or if he's even alive still. The world's going to hell. And now we're talking about hooking me up to a device that might send me to another world.
It's a bit out of the ordinary. I can see that.
So, I just wanted you to know that I like you. That I want to get closer to you. Just not right now.
Hey, that's okay. I feel...
Ela não quer se aproximar agora.
So you don't forget.
Trust me, I won't. You're great, Zoe, and I...
Shut up.
Já que o mundo está acabando, vamos aproveitar esse finalzinho. Boa, Zoe. É o sonho, o guardião, né? Voando ali no meio das ondas.
Jeepers, this place has changed a lot. It used to scare the crap out of me, and now it's sort of fluffy, with an edge.
The Guardian's out there. I guess I should go alone.
I'm not arguing. Knock yourself out. I'll wait here. Unless that portal thingy starts closing, in which case it's bye-bye Guardian's Realm. Hello, comfortable reality.
Don't worry, I'll be back soon.
Então é isso. Hoje vamos parando por aqui. O Exou Biribó, agradecendo a presença, o apoio, as dicas, a torcida, desejando boa noite até amanhã. Por enquanto eu fui...